الجماعة أنه أحد فقهاء المسلمين أنه صاحب المذهب الحنبلي نحن من مجموعة نائلة الفرافشة سنقدم لكم عن
He is Shaykhul Islam, one of the prominent scholars, Ahmad bin Muhammad bin Hanbal al-Shaybani. He was born in Rabi'ul Awal 164 after Hijrah. He was originally from Baghdad, was born and raised there. His tribe was Shayban, which was known for courage and chivalry. Imam Ahmad was descended from a poor Arabic lineage that's considered with the lineage of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam in Nizar bin Ma'ad bin Adnan from the clan of Bakr bin Wa'il. His grandfather, named Hanbal, was one of the supporters of the Abbasid cause and was the governor of Sarkhas during the Umayyad period. His father Muhammad was a soldier and died young at the age of 30. And Imam Ahmad was raised as an orphan, which is the reason why he learned to be self-reliant from childhood, which is independent. His mother was Safiya bint Maimuna, who was also from the tribe of Shayban, from the clan of Banu Amir. Now let us find out about his study of hadith and his sheikhs. When he finished his primary education, the Kutab, and reached the age of 14, he began to attend study circles at a higher level of education in the Diwan. Then he began to focus on studying hadith in 179 after Hijrah. First of all, he studied with Imam Abu Yusuf al-Qadhi, and he remained close to Husayn bin Bashir until the latter died in 183 after Hijrah. He went to Kufa, where he became famous as an authority on reports narrated from Husayn. He memorized all the books of Waqa'in and was held in high esteem by Imam Waqi. He left from Basra in 186 after Hijrah, where he wrote down 300,000 hadiths from Baz bin Asad, and Affan traveled to Hijaz in 191 after Hijrah and returned to Basra in 194 after Hijrah, where he attended the circle of Sa'id al-Qatan. Then he went to Wasid, where he learned from Imam Yazid bin Harun. He returned to Makkah in 197 after Hijrah, where he led a study circle in Masjid al-Khaif and issued many fatwas there when Ibn Uyaynah was still alive.
One of the big debate about Imam Ahmad bin Hanbal was whether he is considered a faqih or mujtahid. Imam Tabari did not count him as faqih because he did not leave fiqh book but rather hadith. Hanbal went against Imam Tabari about this statement. Common reasons why some classify him as a muhaddith because he had rare connection with fiqh and heavy reliance of the apparent meaning of hadith. Meanwhile, the reasons why some classifying him as a mujtahid because he studied fiqh under Imam Shafi'i, reported to have issued many fatwas on many occasions, and employed ijtihad but only as a last resort. By the time he reached his 40s, in 204 after Hijrah, he was a prominent figure in the fields of hadith and fatwas, and people began to travel to learn from him. His last journey was in 2009 after Hijrah, after which he did not leave Baghdad until the time of the Mihnah came.
Imam Ahmad continued to narrate hadith and issue fatwas until 218 after Hijrah, when the Caliph Al-Ma'mun declared that Quran was created. The scholars be tested by him, but Imam Ahmad remained steadfast in his view that Quran is the word from Allah and was not created. He was taken to Al-Ma'mun in chains, but when he reached Ar-Raqqa, news came of the death of Al-Ma'mun in 218 after Hijrah. He was succeeded by the Caliph Al-Mu'tasim, and Imam Ahmad remained in prison in Baghdad until the death of Al-Mu'tasim in 227 after Hijrah. Al-Mu'tasim was succeeded by Al-Watiq, who revived the practice of testing scholars about Quran again. Imam Ahmad isolated himself from people and stayed in the house, not going to pray or for any other purpose until Al-Watiq died. 2 years after Al-Mutawakkil succeeded, he stopped the issues. Imam Ahmad had stopped teaching hadith since Al-Watiq became caliph. He did not narrate any hadith except to his 2 sons, Saleh and Abdullah, and also his cousin Hanbal bin Ishaq. He narrates Al-Musnad, and only these 3 persons knew about Musnad. In 227 after Hijrah, Al-Mutawakkil summoned Imam Ahmad to Samarra, but the Imam realized that he would be detained there. He was distressed by that, but he had no choice. He made promise to Allah that he would not narrate any hadith in complete form until he met him.
Ibn Qayyim described the main foundations of which Imam Ahmad based his fatwas. First, the text Quran. The second one is the Sunnah. Then, the fatwas of the Sahabah, which the ijma of Sahabah. Then, selecting one of the views of the Sahabah if they differed, based on the fatwa of individual Sahabah. Then following a mursal or da'if hadith, which in his view were valid and were categories of Hasan hadith. Then, if he did not find any text concerning the issue or any opinion of the Sahaba or one of them, or any mursal or da'if report, he will resort to the 5th option, which is analogy, and he will use it when necessary. Among of his teachers are Muhammad ibn Idris al-Shafi'i, Hushaym ibn Bashir, Jarir ibn Abdul Hamid, Yahya ibn Sa'id al-Qattan, Sufyan ibn Unayna, and Waqi' ibn Jarrah. Among the students of Imam Ahmad bin Hanbal, Abu Bakr al-Marwazi, al-Athram, his sons Saleh and Abdullah bin Ahmad, Imam Bukhari, Imam Muslim, Abu Dawud al-Sijistani, Ismail bin Umar al-Sijizi, and Baqi ibn Mukhild. Musnad Imam Ahmad Hanbal contains more than 30,000 hadith, has authentic hadith along with the weak ones. He did not write the Musnad but just scattered the collection. This Musnad compiled by his son Abdullah after his death. The book classified based on the Sahaba who reported the hadith. But Ahmad Abdurrahman al-Banna, the father of Hasan al-Banna, arranged it based on the fiqh chapters.
Imam Ahmad was ill for 9 days, as Al-Mawardi said, and he died in the morning of 12 Rabi'ul Awwal, 241 in the year of Hijrah in Baghdad, where he was buried. He was 77 years old. His funeral was attended by many, as Abdul Wahhab al-Warra said, "We have never heard of a gathering like it in the Jahiliyah or in Islam. The best estimate is 1 million mourners, and we estimate that the number of women around the graves was 60,000. Testimony of the scholars concerning Imam Ahmad. An-Nawawi narrated in Tahzib al-Asma wal-Lughat, as did Al-Dhahabi in Siyar Alam al-Nubala, from Qutaybah bin Sa'id, that he said, when As-Sawri died, Haiti died. When Ash-Shafi'i died, proper adherence to the Sunnah died. And when Ahmad died, innovation, bid'ah emerged. Ibn Ma'in said, the people wanted us to be like Ahmad bin Hanbal. No, by Allah, we are not as strong as Ahmad, and we are not strong enough to follow the way of Ahmad. Mazhab Hanbali. The last school of law, the Hanbali school, is known as the school of the strict traditionalists. It is found primarily in the countries of Saudi Arabia, Kuwait and Qatar, where it is the official fiqh.
Among the scholars of the school of Hanbali, Abu Ya'la al-Farah, Ibnu al-Jawzi, Ibnu Aqil, Tufi, Ibnu Qudamah, Ibnu Taymiyah, and Muhammad Ibnu Abdul Wahhab.
العلم بلا عمل الشجرة بلا السمع. اجتهادا اجتهادا أجلبا في التعالى. لا تيأسوا في طلب العلم في الدنيا لله تعالى.